Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special episode of Beware the Board, a horror podcast where we randomly select a horror movie every week and we watch it. Except, we're not doing that this time. It's a special guest episode. I'm Bob.
I'm Ben.
And we have with us today...
Austin.
Yeah, Austin's here. Hi,
That's
Austin.
me.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Sorry we were a little late. That's kind of Ben's bad, I think. I think we can blame Ben for that, right? Right, Ben?
I'll blame Ben.
That's not valid, but you can. I can't stop you.
What time did you get here, Austin?
Like
An hour before us?
5:24.
He got here
5:25.
an hour before we got here. To my house, by the way. He was here while we weren't here.
Bob
Yeah.
left Austin in his house alone.
Well, it was fine. My dog was here.
Yeah, she's super
Your
sweet.
dog's a menace.
She is a
She
menace.
is a little menace.
I love my dog, but she's a fucking asshole. So, like I said before, we're not watching a normal movie via the board this week. It's a special guest episode, Austin. So,
Okay.
Ben has tailor-picked a movie just for you.
Okay.
Ooh, we're gonna hope Austin hasn't seen it.
Yeah, Ben's real worried that you've seen this movie before.
I've seen a lot of horror movies, but I don't.
So what Austin asked for was a supernatural movie,
Mhm.
and the only description I got for movies he's seen is, if it's on Netflix, I've seen it.
Yeah, which is a lot. There's a lot of shit on Netflix.
I just like to point out there wasn't a lot to go on there.
Yeah, there's
Besides, and then I think you mentioned you've seen the big ones like.
yeah. I've seen a lot of the big ones like Conjuring and that whole like reality or whatever.
Yeah. So I chose a movie that hasn't been on Netflix since I think 2015.
Ooh.
So we might be good. Unless you
Might.
bought it elsewhere.
Okay.
I'm interested
I'm
because
intrigued too. I'm very excited.
All right.
he said to me before, I'm preface this, he was like, this is the most Austin movie I've ever seen in my life, and if he's seen it, if he hasn't seen it, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm ready.
Today we're watching Grave Encounters.
I have not seen that.
Oh, my
yeah.
god,
I
I've
have
seen
not
this!
seen that.
And Bob's seen it.
Bob's seen it.
I swear to God, I've seen
I
this!
have
the
not seen
opposite.
this.
Is
the
this what I
opposite.
think it is, Ben?
I don't know. Is it?
I think so.
We'll just save it then. You can tell me once the movie
Oh
starts.
man, this is a rare occasion. A movie I've seen, I think.
And not our guest.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
All right.
Wow.
It's a 2011 film.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Description. The crew explores an abandoned mental hospital.
Yep. I've seen this
Bob's
movie.
seen it. Okay. Come on, Bob. What
It's
the
a
fuck?
fun movie.
Yeah, Bob.
What the me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
you.
the weak link.
Yeah, it's my fault. Ben finally chose a movie that I've seen.
That's
My
happened.
bad, y'all.
It's 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Okay.
It's not rated. Review scores, IMDb gave it a 6.1 out of 10. Tomato meter gave it a 69%.
Nice.
Audience score gave it a 49%.
Oof. The audience score worries me.
Is that like people who've seen it and reviewed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Usually we end up going with the critic score. Usually we tend towards what the critics think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
usually.
For awards, it has 1 win and 1 nomination. The award was at the Bram Stoker's International Film Festival in 2011. It was a director's award to Colin Minihan, Stuart Ortiz, the Vicious Brothers, and Digital Interference Productions.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
A lot of people for that award for some reason.
Jesus Christ. I was about to say, they listed basically everybody for that award.
For the director's award.
Yeah. What the hell? That's weird.
Notable actors in this: Benjamin Wilkinson as Jerry Hartfield. He's played Derek in The Adam Project.
I don't think I've
That's
seen
that new movie with Brian Williams.
that. How new?
I don't know. I don't know what that one is.
Ryan Williams? Deadpool?
What? Ryan Reynolds, you mean?
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
I haven't seen any new movies
Oh.
lately.
Sean Rogerson as Lance Preston. He played Peter in 3 episodes of The Arrow in 2014. Ashley Grisco as Sasha Parker. She played Lorraine in Bad City. Merwin Mondesir as T.C. Gibson. They played Jules in Code 8.
I've heard
Juan
of that.
Rydinger as Matt White. Played Dodger from Riverdale. Bob's like, who is that?
Who is that? I've seen
show.
all of Riverdale because I'm a.
I haven't seen a single bit of Riverdale.
That's good.
I love
it?
terrible TV.
Bob
and
likes
it's
terrible
bad
TV.
I heard it was bad.
I've also seen I don't know if I said this podcast. I've seen every episode of MILF Manor.
What is?
It's a
I don't
reality
even wanna
TV
know.
show about MILFs. That's all you
Oh.
need to know.
They bring their sons on.
Yep.
It's like a dating show.
That's
Mhm.
very weird.
And
Oh,
the
it's
sons
weird.
Go
Trust
on with
me,
their
it's weird.
moms.
That's very weird. Yeah.
Mhm.
that's-
Trust me, it gets real weird.
But
Yeah.
Dodger's only in 7 episodes of Riverdale. So Bob,
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
who that is, honestly.
Sean McDonald as Morgan Turner. Interestingly enough, he plays Weasel from the Mr. Magoo cartoon. Like
okay.
71 episodes.
Oh
That's why I
my
was mentioning it.
god.
That's a
71
lot.
episodes.
More importantly, though, He's Principal Deedle in Scooby-Doo: The Mystery Begins.
Oh man.
Not one of the good ones, but
Jesus
a live-action
Christ.
Scooby-Doo movie.
Nice.
And then finally, Mackenzie Gray as Houston Gray. He's played Jax in Man of Steel.
I've
Never
heard of
saw
Man
Man
of
of
Steel.
Steel.
Man of Steel. What's that?
That was the
Superman movie.
2013
Yeah.
Superman movie.
Yeah, I remember that. Movie.
Isn't that the first Henry Cavill Superman, Man of Steel?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of those.
I watched it way back when.
Writer and director is Colin Minihan. He did What Keeps You Alive in 2018. The other director is Stuart Ortiz. He did Far West in 2005. Together, when they work together, they're known as the Vicious Brothers, and they also did another film together called Extraterrestrial in 2014.
Ooh,
I
that
feel like
doesn't
I've
sound
heard
fun.
of that.
Budget, 100,000 Canadian dollars.
Only $100K
That's
for this
it?
movie?
Well, Canadian dollars.
How much is that in US?
Less.
Less?
Yeah.
Really?
Good
The dollar's
bit
worth
less.
more than the Canadian
That's
dollar.
it's not a big budget.
No, that's about what they made Terrifier for that much, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly.
Terrifier was a very small budget.
But I think that was American, right?
Yeah, that was 100,000 American. So they
Well,
made this
is
movie for less.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another Canadian horror film though. We've been watching Canadian horror a lot recently. That's cool.
Box office, $4,055,919.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a profit.
From what I remember of seeing this movie for the first time, I was gonna say, I could tell that it did not kill it in the box office. Basically.
Is that not a good price?
Bob, what are you talking about?
$4 million with a
4
Wait,
million?
hold on. What did I miss here? I thought you said 400,000.
$4 million.
$4 million.
Am I thinking of the same movie?
$55,919
If I remember correctly, okay, well, never mind. It made a lot of money.
on
Huh.
100,000 Canadian.
That's a lot of money to make on a budget like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
that. Interesting.
That's about 40 times.
That's crazy.
Country of origin, Canada. Tagline, they were searching for proof. They found it.
Yeah, they did.
Ooh.
All right, Benjamin, smack us with your fact.
Let's hear it.
I got one fact. The film's mental hospital is played by the Riverview Hospital, which is located in Coquitlam, British Columbia.
Okay.
It's a popular filming location. It has been used for a ton of stuff, including Supernatural, The X-Files, and Deadpool 2.
Really?
Oh,
That's
all right.
really interesting.
Yep, bunch of
Really
stuff.
cool.
I've probably seen the episode of Supernatural with the
'Cause, like,
hospital in it.
I think the hospital's still in use, but a bunch of buildings got abandoned
Is
and
the-
not used and then torn down.
Is the hospital like where they go into that one place?
It's a mental hospital.
Is it?
Which movie are you talking about?
I'm talking about Supernatural.
Oh.
Supernatural, is that when they
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same one, but
They
I've
probably
definitely
used
seen
a
an episode of
bunch.
Supernatural where they went into a mental institution. And I assume it was probably this one.
Ooh.
Ooh, spooky.
That's all I got. So, movie time.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in a minute when we get done watching the movie. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We just finished watching Grave Encounters with a special guest, Austin.
That's
and
me.
Ben's here, too, I guess. Well, Austin, I want to ask you what you thought since this movie
what
was
do
for you.
think, Austin? This is all about you.
Well, since
Yeah.
this movie was for me, I thought definitely for me.
Yeah.
Definitely for me.
Uh-huh. I knew it. I
and
knew
why
it.
was it for you?
Because it had the whole paranormal investigation. We're gonna get spooky and weird and all
what
that.
do you do in your free time, Austin?
I do paranormal investigations.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. You're always talking at work about going to graveyards at weird hours and
Yeah,
like, using
actually,
a
I
spirit
have
box
footage.
and stuff.
I got footage and pictures.
You would never catch me dead doing any of that.
I don't go by myself. I don't think I could.
Never. I couldn't even go with other people. Like I mentioned during the movie, and I'm not going to put it in because I don't want to be held to any contractual obligation here. That eventually maybe Ben and I will get the balls to do like some live action, actual in the field ghost hunting stuff because I think it'd be fun. And I would love for you to go since you are experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I don't have anything crazy.
No, but you've done it.
I've got the basic equipment.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bob's gonna go with you with like Waverly.
No, you're coming too, bitch.
So remember when we watched? Oh no, you didn't watch that movie with me. Basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna set up the home base here, and you're gonna live
No,
stream
bro.
to me.
No. That ain't happening. Not
I
happening.
think that's funnier.
No.
So Austin, you liked it?
I'm glad
Yeah,
you liked
it was
it.
all right. Wasn't the greatest, but it was good.
It's okay. I've seen it before. That's the
Bob's
problem.
seen it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I've seen it.
I'll just preface this before we start talking about the movie some more. It's not my favorite kind of movie. I'm just not into that style of film.
See, that's where you get me. I am. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
See, it's
This
not
isn't
for
about
me.
you, Bob.
I know it's not about me, but I'm just saying, like, if people want to shit on me in this episode for shitting on the movie, it's just not my style of movie. I
That's
much
fair.
prefer like
Yeah,
a
it's
slasher
understandable.
or like
Understandable.
a good monster movie or something, but this is just like it's fun. I'm not a huge fan of this paranormal stuff like this.
All right.
It's okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna do a summary really quick
Sure.
because it's super simple.
It is real simple.
Yeah, it's very
Basically,
simple.
this is a mockumentary.
Yeah.
So it's a found footage film, but the premise is these guys were filming a show called Grave Encounters, which is kind of like a really cheesy, bad, like paranormal ghost investigation show that's super fake because there's never any ghosts and
Never.
they just have to make it look dramatic and pay people to lie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going into this building. It's an old abandoned mental hospital, and they're doing a lock-in. And
Yeah.
they lock themselves in. Slowly, actual paranormal stuff starts to happen. And time rolls around to when they're supposed to be let out. No one lets them out. So 2 hours later, they burst down the door to leave, and it's just more hallway because the building's changing around them.
Yup.
And from that point on, it's kind of like the ghosts are out here in full blast.
That was
Just
a
fucking with them.
I did not expect that. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, me either. When I watched the movie the first time and that happened, I went, "Oh,
Yeah, that was really good.
All right.
Really good idea.
it was cool."
Mhm.
This movie does some stuff that I enjoy.
Mhm.
Not to like dunk on it completely. I like the part about the fact that the hospital was changing and evolving, and like they're not like able to escape in the normal ways. That's interesting because like if the movie just ends and they go out the door and nothing else happens,
Oh,
that's
yeah, that
boring
would've
as
been
fuck.
boring.
It's just stupid.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the idea that the hallway's changing. I want to mention it just because I don't know if you picked up on this. They did some fun like cut manipulation to do that.
Mhm.
I didn't realize.
Yeah. So the really big one where they bust down the door,
Uh-huh.
they put down the camera first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bust down the door and we don't get to see it. And what they do is they pick up the camera. The guy covers the lens. It goes completely black, and they keep talking. And then he uncovers it, and it's the hallway.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really good.
They
yeah.
do a bunch of stuff like that, like with the stairwell. Later in the movie, there's a stairwell that like goes up and then it dead ends. They like do a little cut really briefly before they
Yeah.
go around the corner, so it's a different stairwell that dead ends.
I would have never noticed those if you want to point them out.
Mhm.
And I do want to kind of go back to the fact this is a found footage film a little bit because Ben mentioned it during the movie, so I'm going to rehash it.
Yep.
We've been blessed on this podcast by watching
We haven't been blessed.
good found footage movies.
The person who picks movies knows what found footage movies are good, and I screen them and I pick out the cream of the crop.
That's not true. You put one on there that was not great.
Oh yeah, which one?
Deborah Logan.
That was fun.
That's a okay movie.
Yeah, but
we
it's
have
a
our
good
problems with
concept.
it. Good concept.
See?
I've never seen that. Never seen that.
You would
Oh,
like
you'd
it.
like
you
that.
would like
So?
that movie
Yeah.
a ton. Yeah. This, in my essence, is exactly what I want if I'm going into a ghost hunting found footage movie. This
Oh yeah,
a good version. Of
Yeah,
that.
I'd say it's a good
it's
starter.
definitely making fun of it too.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure,
which is
dude.
a lot of
Definitely.
fun.
The fact that Lance is the only one taking it seriously and Houston is just playing a character is so fucking funny,
Yeah,
dude.
so Houston's a psychic, and they do a scene with the psychic, like it's the show. And that's the cool thing about this is it's scenes shot for the show, and then interspersed are like outtakes that weren't supposed to be in the show.
Mhm.
And one of the outtakes is Houston breaks character and is like, "Did I do a good job? Is that a good scene?"
It's
Yeah.
really, really funny.
Yeah,
reason
that,
for that-
there was a little bit of comedy in it, which I really liked.
Yeah, it's like 72 hours worth of B footage. So
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking footage. But the fact that this is found footage, for me at least, I don't think it's a horrible take on a found footage movie. Like, let me put it this way. I don't think it being found footage detracted from it in the ways that I think it detracted from some other movies we've watched.
fair.
I think it works for the concept, and if you were to do this in any other way, it really wouldn't work as well.
No, the concept's set up to be found footage.
Exactly.
Specifically. This wasn't
Yeah.
like a movie where they were like, "Let's make it found footage to save money."
Yeah,
This was designed around being this. I mean, I think the only reason you didn't like it is because it's slow at the beginning.
it is very slow.
Like, when does the first supernatural thing happen?
Like
Fucking-
probably 30 minutes into the movie.
30 minutes?
30,
but
40
the
minutes, yeah.
first thing
Yeah.
they see,
Not till over an hour,
It's
probably.
probably
not
an
till over
hour.
an hour. Yeah,
It doesn't really kick off till near the end of the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes buck wild.
And then it goes hard. Once
Yeah.
the whole thing with the hospital doors happen, that's when it really starts
Yeah,
to kick
yeah.
on.
That's something I have a problem with in movies like this.
See, that's a very paranormal activity or like Blair Witch style startup.
Yeah, not a fan, personally.
You've seen Paranormal Activity, right?
yeah, I
Austin?
have. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
you know
very,
the beginning
very
of it?
slow.
Yeah.
Very slow.
And then they peak right at the end.
Yeah,
Not that Bob's seen any of those, but
No.
heads up, that's how Paranormal Activity is.
yeah, it is.
It's a
I'm
lot
just-
of B-roll and then 30 seconds of something happening right at the very end.
I guess my point is I was worried that because I had seen this before, I was like, oh man, I remember this movie being really shitty. Like I remember it being god awful. Not as bad as I remember. It's okay.
Do you think that's because you were less scared this time? and you were therefore less upset because now you appreciate horror movies more.
Probably. I think that definitely helps.
You walked in halfway through the
That's
movie the first
fair.
time.
You missed all the comedy if
Yeah,
you
you
walked
did
in
miss-
halfway through.
miss-
I walked in. I'm trying to think of when I came in, and it was before Matt had gone missing. Like during
That's
the
one
movie.
of the characters.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
one of
that's
the
one of
characters.
the characters.
I would say it. I was probably. It
That's like an hour at least
Yeah,
in.
was before that because I remember. It was before that because I remember that happening. It was before they. It was before they like started packing up too.
So it might be like 45 minutes in.
I showed up to watch the movie maybe like 30 to 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
Which means I missed all the setup.
Which the setup's the slow part, but at least it's
it adds some.
fun. It's what gives you characterization.
Yeah,
Let you know that TC's a dad.
yeah. That was a big thing
Yeah.
because you don't realize. You're like, man, he goes.
It sucks to be him.
Yeah, it sucks
Yeah.
to be him.
Sucks to be him.
Never have kids if you're gonna be in a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's like
Bad idea. You'll just
one
die.
of the big rules.
Can you imagine your kids watching you in a horror movie dying?
Oh god, that's
That'd be horrible.
You also don't pull
Horrific.
a Matt and go, "I'll be right back."
And
Yeah.
then wander
Then leave.
off.
But I guess you want to go over like some talking points I got.
Sure,
guys-
hit us
said
with some
enough?
talking
Yeah, we
points.
can-
Okay. Now Bob noticed this in the film, and Bob isn't the brightest. He doesn't tend to put two and two together.
Oh, did I miss something?
No, you got it. It just took you a disappointing amount of time.
Did I get it?
Oh,
Yeah. The character Dr. Arthur Friedkin, so like kind of the crazy doctor in the story,
Yeah.
is homage to William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist.
The Exorcist, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, you said the last name, and I went, well, that's not his same first name. It's a different first name.
Oh shit, Bob.
I assumed, like, if they're going
that's-
to do an homage character, they just name him the same name.
They said the name, and I looked over at Bob, and I went, "Come on!" And he went, "What? Was I supposed to get something?" So I was like, "God damn it, Bob, you'll get it later." And he was like, "Well, I mean, that's like Friedkin's the name of that director of The Exorcist."
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got that if you wouldn't
That's
have said
fair,
anything.
but Bob knows because
thing
he really
is-
likes that movie.
Yeah.
I do like that movie a lot.
It
And
was just
also,
the fact
we
that
do this
you-
podcast.
You knew the information, you just didn't put it together in your head.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
It's just, you know, he's got that Piper brain.
That's
Piper
not true.
brain.
Piper brain is different. I'm not licking the floor to make myself throw up.
So apparently, the concept for this movie to like follow a team of Ghost Adventure style TV show crew came about after thinking about like what would be an obvious group to have a found footage movie.
That's it, yeah.
Set about
Yeah.
because like I think the biggest gripe with found footage is people come in with a camera.
That don't need to be there with a camera.
Well, they might want to be there with a camera, but the issue is why would you keep filming
Mm-hmm.
when something goes wrong?
yeah, then
Fair
people
enough.
will question that and they're like, "No, this is not that
It's
good."
like why wouldn't you just drop your camera?
Right.
Do you think having them be a TV crew was a good reason for them to like want to keep the camera rolling even at like the very end of this film?
I say
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a crazy strong motivation or anything, but I think it makes sense and
But
it's
you think
fine.
money is probably a very good
Motivator? Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Because he kept mentioning that throughout the whole movie. He was like, people are going to want to see this.
Yep, he kept saying it. And he was one of the only ones actually still rolling. The number of times TC told him to get the camera out of his fucking face and to turn it off was
Yeah.
insane. Because TC was done. He was like, bro, I have a wife and kids at home. I'm trying not to fucking die. Don't worry about the goddamn camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
And it's okay, fair enough. I think I agree there. You guys got this was totally Ghost Adventures, right?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
totally, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a
Like-
big sucker for Ghost Adventures as a
Okay.
kid. So yeah.
So the guy Lance, what's his name? Lance
Preston.
he like
Preston, totally
was a big
based on the main
spin-off,
character
yeah.
of Ghost Adventures. Okay, so apparently that's not true.
What?
One of the directors I think has gone on record saying this wasn't supposed to be a ripoff of Ghost Adventures.
Really?
Because it's
Yeah.
a really good ripoff
It's
of
a
Ghost
re- yeah, it
Adventures.
is.
But apparently everyone disagrees with him. There
I
is,
disagree with him.
like a promo trailer that came out to get money for this,
Mhm.
and I've seen it. It looks almost identical to the intro of Ghost Adventures.
Jesus Christ. That's awesome.
And he just was like flat out, this
Uh,
is not supposed to be like Ghost Adventures.
I don't think they were doing it on purpose, but they based this on like popular
Ghost hunting
Ghost
shows.
ghost
hunting
hunting
show,
TV
yeah.
shows, and that's the first one everyone thinks about.
Yeah.
Because
Ghost
it's the most
Adventures.
popular one. It's been on forever.
Yeah.
2008.
God damn.
Still
Really?
I know, it
Still
still
going?
runs, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so on that note, what do you guys think about Ghost Adventures?
I liked it as a kid.
I
watched it as a
I
kid?
like it. I still love it. I love that. I love it.
I
Do I think
Yeah.
now
Do you think it's fake?
now as an adult I can kind of see where he's kind of like, it's a little exaggerative, but I think some of the stuff they do on there's real for sure.
I don't think any of it's
some
real.
of it.
You don't like any?
None of it's real.
I
Really?
think it's 100% fake.
You
It's
think
100% fake.
Well, let me rephrase that. Sometimes I'm sure there's noises they don't know where they come from, but their reactions are fake.
Oh yeah,
sure.
100%.
They
They're
play it up for the
exaggerated
camera.
as hell.
Sometimes there is footage where you can see them if you zoom in, like kicking something.
Really?
I'm freaking out about it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I saw someone break down a clip, and I think someone hits like a toy car, and it rolls.
They're like, what is that?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's
No, I
funny.
watched a lot of Ghost Adventures when I was younger because it was on like Discovery Channel or whatever.
Really?
Yeah,
I never watched it ever.
and it would be on late at night, and I would be up late at night watching fucking cable TV, and it would be the only thing on, so I would watch it.
Nah.
It used to
Scared the
scare
shit out of
It
me.
used to scare me as a kid.
You know what I used to watch
What?
on Discovery and stuff?
Mm.
Dirty Jobs.
That was
I
a
watched
good
Dirty
show.
Jobs too, and MythBusters.
Mike
Much-
Rosick,
much
really good
better
actor.
show.
Well, not actor, but reality show host.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
He's doing it again, by the way.
Is
Is he?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
See, more interesting than Ghost Adventures.
It is more.
Yeah,
interesting than
it
Ghost
is a lot
Adventures.
more interesting.
But I watched a lot more Ghost Adventures. Sorry.
See, but now watching Ghost Adventures like by myself as an adult, it still spooks me because paranormal stuff like that really
Well,
gets me.
there's a part of
Me
this
too.
movie where they say if you slap like dramatic music and a filter over anything, it makes it scary.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
said dramatic music and slow mo over anything, it makes it scary.
That is true.
They're not wrong. That's what happens in those TV shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dramatic
Um,
music and a slow mo on anything, spooky. A hallway, a doorway,
Right.
scary.
Yeah.
And
A
I think
tree?
it's important to note that in this movie, because it's like the pre-edited footage, it had none of that.
Nope.
The only music I think is in the end credits.
Yeah, I
Really?
think so.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So remember how it won a soundtrack award?
Yeah,
No, that wasn't this one.
that was
Last one.
Well, that last one deserved that soundtrack
That
award.
is fair.
We didn't talk about that in the post at all, but that movie had a good fucking soundtrack.
Really?
It's very cool.
What movie was it?
I guess it's come out by now, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, that came out yesterday.
Yeah, and we watched From Beyond,
Oh, okay.
which is a
H.P.
H.P. Lovecraft story.
adaptation.
Okay.
It's very, very interesting movie. Weird, horny movie.
Horny movie.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm joking? I made that joke during the movie.
Go
A
to the horny
horny
jail.
movie.
Like real bad.
Interesting. Interesting.
What'd you like about like the characterization of the cast as fakes trying to make good television, but some of them being like actually believers that are, shall we say, I don't know, kind of tired of doing their job?
I was with TC.
I was with TC too.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of there.
Okay, DC didn't want to be there. Period.
No, yeah,
no,
he
bro,
didn't.
he did not, and I agree.
Yeah, I'm with him.
I guess I'm more referring to like, Lance.
Yeah,
He starts at least the beginning of the movie being very like, I think he kind of believes in ghosts, but he
Yeah.
seems just kind of, I don't know, like the magic's gone.
Yeah.
He's been making a TV show for a while, and he's like,
Well,
I just want to make. a
he
good
also
TV now.
bitches about like we've been here for 5 episodes, we haven't seen a ghost. I
Yeah.
think he was expecting to see a ghost episode 1 or something.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe I don't know. Maybe he's experiencing burnout already. Of like he's like we haven't seen a ghost in 5 fucking episodes. Like he
for
doesn't have the
him,
endurance for it.
I assume he was really into it. He got a TV show. He got basically all the best equipment possible.
Yeah.
Given the best circumstances possible, and he hasn't found anything.
So I think he's starting to doubt.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I was wondering if you like that idea of he starts with burnout and then he starts to get really, really into it.
Yeah, he
Once
does
he
get
finds
really
proof.
into it.
And yeah, then he realizes that, oh, this is a little too serious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has that realization. Till
I
the
don't
end of
think
the
he
movie.
No,
really
not till
has
the
that
end. Not till the
realization
end.
until
Definitely
he's
not.
eating a rat.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think he does? I'll go back. I want to go back to Houston for but a moment. My favorite character in this movie, I think,
Yeah, me
just
too.
because he's
definitely.
so fucking
The really
funny.
fake British psychic.
Psychic.
The force
he's
choke,
So
that was
funny,
funny.
bro. Just like
My favorite part was at the start whenever they're like doing the little hoodoo voodoo, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
cut, and he's like, "That was good, wasn't it?"
yeah.
He's like,
he's,
yeah.
he's basically the peak of what you'd imagine when you go cheap, dirty television psychic.
Yes,
It's awesome.
definitely.
I love him. He's so funny because he's only on when he's on camera, and the character he does is just so entertaining to me.
Well, it's very funny because it annoys everyone else who's there.
Oh, they get
And
so
he
mad.
keeps
Yeah,
doing
they
it
do.
at the worst possible time.
And
Like
they
when
keep-
there's actually ghosts like assaulting them, and he's like trying to do shit, and Lance is just like, "Shut the fuck up, Houston!
Yeah.
Run!" It's so good.
that is pretty.
It's
yeah.
entertaining as hell.
That was a key like a comedy factor that I loved about it. 'Cause
Yeah,
they were like, I don't think they like in the movie the characters didn't realize they were being comedic,
Mhm.
but to the viewer, it's like that's funny.
exactly. It's like it's situational comedy where the character is not trying to be comedic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's that contrast between these characters taking things too seriously
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a very boring situation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I have a small complaint about Matt specifically. I wish we got more time with Matt before he got lost.
Yeah, me too. He was an interesting character.
I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more out of it, but that's okay.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those films where there's really only 5 people in the main cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And characterization really only happens for Lance
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
no one else.
Everyone else just gets fucked.
Makes sense in the long run, but
Yes.
it does leave some characters lacking.
Like Sasha's fine.
Sasha's
Yeah.
I don't hate her.
Yeah.
She's fine.
TC's fine.
I think I enjoy TC.
Yeah. And TC was
Houston's fine.
Just because I find that TC is sort of like the voice of reason,
Mm-hmm.
and he's
TC doesn't
reacting
wanna
the
be
way
there.
he's reacting the way that any normal person would.
Well, I think TC's the skeptic who's just doing the show for money.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
fair.
Because whenever he beat down the door, he was like, that's when he realized, oh no.
He was just like, I'm tired of this bullshit. I
Yeah.
want to go to the hotel and sleep.
Like, I got shit to do. But you know what? Fair enough, TC.
I wanted to bring up a point. Would y'all say that it was predictable?
Yeah, well, I'd seen it before.
Well, okay, your first time watching it, would you say it was predictable?
No, I didn't, because I didn't expect the continuation of the hospital. I also didn't expect the end.
Yeah.
The end, like, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't expect the end at all. At the start of the show or the movie, it was very, I feel like predictable.
But
Like
I
when
think that's kind of the point, right?
yeah,
Is
in
it
a way.
supposed to be because it's mocking these things that are predictable shows? Like, you watch any episode of Ghost Adventure, it's the same shit.
Yeah, it is. It really
It's
is.
the same shit with a different, like,
location.
location on it,
Yeah.
right? Which
Different
is exactly
interviews,
what.
but they're all the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. How do I put this? It's predictable in the traditional sense of, these guys are going to do their pre-stuff. They're going to go into this place. Bad things are going to happen, and they're not going to be able to get out.
Yep.
That's predictable.
Yeah.
I do think this throws in enough twists and turns,
Yeah, definitely.
so you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
Like-
Especially with the arms.
Yeah,
That was cool.
That was really cool.
like
It was a cool effect.
you can watch this film the first time, and you're not like, okay, in 3, 2, 1, this
Yeah.
is going to happen.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So
'cause
it's not predictable in that way. The timing's unpredictable in some sense.
I'm a very
however-
like when I watch shows, I'm like I try to analyze things and predict when things are going to happen. but
Yeah,
some things that were predictable, and then other things, like you said, it was just I did not expect that.
the
Yep.
story beats are hard to predict. The overarching plot, though, we all knew it was
Very,
going to happen.
yeah.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, there's nothing.
It's
Out
not
of
very
nowhere.
unique in plot, like originality, but the way they navigate said plot is a little interesting
Yeah.
compared
This-
to the modern, like, take
this
on this sort of
is-
thing.
You're by the numbers. People go into a haunted hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it's elevated in a certain way for me personally because, like,
It's an interesting concept.
it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
And that's really the big thing for me. I enjoy the fact that the characters come in a certain way and go out another way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
they
their
definitely-
development as a group that you see throughout is very interesting.
Now, that's why I remember this film. It's not because it's amazing.
No.
But it's because the idea of ghost hunters going in and finding actual ghosts is very funny.
Yeah, it is.
On a note of, like, scariness about this,
Mhm.
first of all, how scary did you guys think it was?
I've seen it before, but the first time I watched it, it kind of scared the piss out of me.
Okay.
I would say on a scare out of 10, probably like a 6.
Really?
6 or a 7. What really, I didn't get necessarily like, holy shit, this is scary. But whenever they were on the walkie-talkie and they were trying to talk with Matt, and that like demonic voice
Mhm.
was over the radio, that
scared
really
you?
scared me. That scared me. Yeah.
Is
That
it more
scares me
because,
too.
like, you can imagine that happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bob,
For
what-
me, the end scared me.
Yeah.
The end is the scariest part of this film for me.
What would you give the film, like, I know you've seen it before, but, like, on a rating of 1 through 10?
I
on
1 through 10
scariness?
just scary. If I'm going solely based on my first watch through, like a 7,
And now?
like a 5.
Okay.
I don't think
I'd
it's
say
too
that's
terribly
accurate.
scary now because, like, first of all, I've seen it, but also I don't think the ghosts' apparitions or like their forms are particularly interesting.
Yeah, see, that's the point
They're
I want to
just
bring up.
generic.
What do you think about this film? Uses heavy CGI.
Yeah.
I
There's
thought
like
so.
no practical effects in this
no.
at all.
all the like the arm thing was all CGI.
Yeah,
The rat, other than the rat, I don't think
The
that
rat was
CGI.
practical.
That was pretty good.
practical, but it's a jump cut.
Yeah,
That's true.
that is true. No, yeah.
Hell, even some of the blood splatter on the camera CGI.
I think
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred some practical stuff, but you know me,
It's more expensive though.
We're both fucking practical nerds.
Yeah,
We
I
love
just
that shit,
was wondering
man.
if you thought it was scary or did it ruin stuff for you. Spoiler for anyone who's gonna watch this, but slight. They do this very 2010s thing. I don't know if any of you guys picked up on it. When we see someone's face and they want to do a ghost face, it's
Yep.
the CGI ghost face that
Yeah.
was like really popular for a while.
Yeah.
Did
Where
the
they just kinda
exact same
twist it.
thing in The Exorcist of Emily Rose. Same thing.
I think it looks really cheesy and bad.
It's
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like
fine.
it.
I
I like some of the blood stuff. That was cool.
That was cool.
I just thought all the CGI.
The bathtub scene was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I've
great.
seen it. That's a trope.
Yeah.
I mentioned it. The exact same thing happened in the first, not the first Wreck movie, the second Wreck movie.
Fair enough.
What I didn't like, one thing I didn't like, what you said was whenever he was taking those pictures, and then like the apparitions were appearing, they looked very just
Yeah,
not
the CGI
good.
looks cheap.
Not good.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
Which, I mean, they made this movie for $100,000.
yeah,
Canadian
fair.
dollars.
100,000 Canadian dollars, so
Canadian,
even
yeah.
less money than that, USD.
and they banked it out of the box office.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think they definitely took the bag on this one.
I'm just surprised. Like you guys were meh on the CGI,
Yeah, it was
it's-
meh.
It's
but you
fine.
found this kind of scary. So
Yeah.
that's works out.
Yeah, I wish
decently
they had
enough.
done more practical stuff, but I mean, it's
They-
a ghost movie, so that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Because ghosts normally don't have like a physical form that you can do prosthetics with and stuff.
And
Yeah.
also, people tend to like ghosts to look a little bit more ephemeral.
Yeah, which
matches
is
CGI.
hard to do with a person.
Well, I'm glad you guys found it scary. I did not find it scary at all.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know if you could tell I was falling asleep.
I mean, I didn't
yeah,
Yeah.
find it scary. I didn't find it scary at all. But like that's whenever they like I said they
just unnerving at least.
yeah it was
Yeah.
like on the edge of my seat, kind of like that's creepy.
I'm
I'm
so
glad-
glad you hadn't seen this.
I'm glad. Yeah, you hadn't seen it. That was a pretty good.
Am
I
gonna
wish I had
lose-
asked you what it was before and you would have told me because I would have lost it.
Am I gonna lose sleep over it? No,
No,
but
it's not that bad.
no.
But
I don't
it's
think it's bad.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good film.
Did you like Lance getting crazed at the end?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was good. I like that.
How about you?
What
Austin.
happened? I forgot what happened to him. Oh,
Lance at the end,
yeah, I
but he's a
can't-
little crazy.
yeah, no, yeah.
You
He
enjoy that?
definitely went crazy. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was I think it was kind of over exaggerated a little
Well, that's
bit.
the point, I think.
Yes, but we're also not. Okay, here's another spoiler. Time's a little bit weird.
Time's very weird.
Time is
Uh,
very weird.
It's always dark, like it's nighttime.
Yep.
But a lot of time has passed. I don't know how long you were thinking he was down there, but it was a while.
Yeah, because he said I've been walking for
Hours.
hours, and then he said,
And then days.
and then
Yeah.
days, and then he said I fell asleep. I don't know how long I was asleep.
It
Yeah.
had already been a couple days at that point.
And he hadn't been eating. What he did eat was a rat that he
yeah,
found.
we talked about him. He eats a rat,
Yeah,
and he looks like he's starving at that point.
that was gross.
How long can you go without eating? It's like
3 days, 2 or 3 days.
That's-
That's water.
That's water.
Oh.
You can go. I think like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a long
2 weeks
time.
out without food.
It's almost
That's
like
it.
a month.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
It's gonna.
So for
Mess
you to
with
get,
you,
like
but-
rat hungry, like raw rat eating hungry, which does happen in this movie, it was probably at least a week
Yeah.
probably.
in the dark, being hunted.
You know, one thing I kind of wish they did in this film.
Hmm.
I wasn't a big fan of the dark the whole time because I wish they. I mean, drawing the time on was good, but I wish if light would have came up and then they saw that hope of light and then more scary stuff happened because people don't expect scary stuff to happen in the light
During the
I
daytime?
guess.
during the daytime.
But I kind of like the idea that it's eternally dark because it helps with the whole idea that they're trapped in some form of like interdimensional space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
that's
was
Because
true.
like the
That's true,
hospital
yeah.
keeps changing around them, and so the idea that time hasn't changed on the outside
Mhm.
Yeah,
is also a part of that.
Yeah.
Because
Which-
assumedly Kenny, the guy who's supposed to let him out, is still coming at 6 a.m.
Yeah, whenever time eventually passes to 6 a.m., he will be there.
I think it would have
outside.
been kind of cool for them to show his perspective on that too. I think that would have been kind of cool.
That is interesting, but I don't really know what that what
What
that
that would
means
entail,
for them
yeah.
because we don't know where they are exactly. We don't know if they're in some interdimensional space or if it's just like
a pocket dimension.
a pocket dimension
Yeah.
or like whatever. So we don't know if Kenny just shows back up and opens the door if they're just gone with
Yeah.
all their gear because they took it with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did.
And that's a fun transition until my last point. This has a sequel.
Does
Oh
it?
yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
that's
about
right.
that.
There's
Yeah.
a second one. I didn't know it tied into this one though.
So how do you think this ties in? Because there's a sequel
They
that comes
escape.
right after this.
I'm guessing.
Also, fun point. This is a found footage movie.
Somebody
Oh,
found the footage.
somebody
Assumedly,
found the
someone
fo-
found the footage.
Yeah, I'm guessing Kenny found the footage.
What do you think happened?
You think Kenny goes and gets his posse and rounds them up and they go and looking for him?
Is that your bet?
I'm guessing a group goes looking for them and then they get trapped.
All right.
I would presume.
No, it has to be something crazier.
You think Kenny G goes in?
Kenny G.
I don't think Kenny goes in. I think maybe Rex style. Someone comes in like immediately following them and are trapped in a completely separate like part of the hospital.
That's a crazy theory. I like that.
Because that's what. I'm not. Well,
Don't
yeah,
spoil things, Bob.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. But yeah, that's my idea.
Interesting.
Are you gonna tell us, Ben?
No, because you have to find out when you watch that movie
Ah.
Fucking A.
next time.
I'm gonna go home and watch that movie now.
No, please don't do that.
You could wait and watch
You
it
could
with
wait and
us.
watch
That's
it with
true.
us.
Yeah,
You
I
can
might-
watch
I
it on
might
the
do.
podcast, Austin. That's
I'm
the
okay with
point of the
that.
show.
I'm okay with that.
You just can't watch the next episode for a while.
Can I watch the trailer for the next episode? Or
I
the next?
wouldn't.
No spoilers.
because there's gonna be
Trailers
heavy
are so bad for spoilers
Yeah, they
nowadays,
are.
dude.
Yeah.
I can't watch any trailers.
Yeah, that's true. There's so many spoilers.
I
Bob
don't
sends me
watch-
trailers.
I send them to Ben, so
There he
Ben can
goes,
screen
is this
them.
a good movie?
I send Ben too many trailers. Anytime I see a horror movie trailer, I go, to Ben that goes every day.
That's all the points I have. Like, this isn't the deepest movie ever.
There's not a whole lot.
No. The concept's really cool. It's funny.
Yeah,
But then it's kind of...
It's fine.
It's like Paranormal Activity.
good for its time. Definitely good for 2010 or
2011?
2011.
It's decent.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
Wait, when did Paranormal Activity come out? Around the same time, wasn't it?
Ooh,
Actually, it
much
might have
earlier.
been
I was about
longer.
to say, it
I
might
think
be
like
earlier.
2001,
Earlier.
2002.
Really?
The OG Paranormal Activity? I've never
Yeah.
seen any of them, but I know they're older.
That must have been really good for its time because I still find those pretty good.
Really?
I mean, but that's the stuff I like.
2007.
Okay.
2007.
So this is
So-
4 years later.
That's
Okay.
not too-
Paranormal Activity 2 came out in 2010, though. So
This is right off the heels of Paranormal Activity.
same
2,
year as Paranormal Activity 3.
I think they kind of improvised a little bit of that onto this movie too.
I mean, this is heavily inspired by this in Blair Witch, which we
I
can't
have
really
not
talk
seen
about.
Blair Witch.
You haven't
yeah.
seen?
No,
Oh,
I
I
have
didn't
not.
know that. Bob hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I
so
haven't seen it.
That'd be fun to watch.
No, it won't.
kind of that style.
I
of
heard that
found
movie's
footage.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ben has some opinions
I'm okay
on
on
that
It's
movie
cool, though.
specifically.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's all.
Um,
That's all. I'll leave it at.
If you like the Blair, if you ever watch Blair Witch,
Mhm.
they have a video game.
Play the game. The game is so cool.
Yeah, they do have a
Have
game.
you played the game?
I played parts of the game with
Oh, well,
Jesse.
you can play it in VR.
I have a VR.
There you go.
Bob,
Lots of
You
fun.
wanna play it
no,
on
no, 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 no.
that'd
Uh,
be fun.
The game is more based on the sequel of Blair Witch and
Mm.
some of the like external content stuff rather than the first movie.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
With that being said, you want to do recommendations and rating?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So start with Bob. Who would you recommend it for?
See, if you're into found footage films, I think this is a solid found footage movie. It's not bad. I at least, but I mean, it's not bad. I mean, the found footage I think worked well in this film. I feel like it added to the vibe. It added to things because they did some cool camera tricks. They actually used it to its full ability. I'm not a huge fan of like the weird static cut thing they do a bunch, but that's
Yeah.
just a personal preference.
They needed something to make those cuts look good.
they did,
Exactly. They
yeah.
needed something to make the cuts look good. It's 2011. I can't fault them on that. It's just not for
that was
me.
the style.
That was the style. So that's, that's whatever. So found footage film, you're into, I would say horror. I don't want to say horror light, but I think this is a lighter horror movie. I don't think it's
Yeah.
that scary.
Definitely.
Kind of good for if you're a teenager.
Yeah. If you want light horror with not a lot of like blood or gore or anything, it's not bad.
like a 13th birthday
Gory.
party
There's
kind
a lot
of.
of blood.
There is a lot of blood.
I guess there is a lot of blood. I forgot about that. So if you're not into like viscera or like,
Yeah.
chunks of people and stuff like that,
It's a good 13-year-old birthday party movie.
Yeah.
I would not say 13-year-old birthday party.
Oh no, that's a lot of fun.
15-year-old maybe.
No,
You think so?
No,
yeah,
Bob's a baby.
listen, I'm a little bitch.
I'd be watching this at 13.
Yeah, I would watch
yeah.
this much younger. but-
Okay, whatever. Anyway, Austin, you got any recommendations?
I think I'm gonna go kind of on the same page as you. Recommendation for like found footage, people who love found footage, and like I would also say like the Paranormal Activity series. If you like ghostly things, it's definitely all right for that. Like we discussed, it's not nothing crazy for paranormal, but more found footage. But I would definitely recommend it to people who like paranormal stuff.
Okay. For me, I think you're right with the Paranormal Activity.
Mhm.
Like, not just the idea of paranormal stuff, but specifically those movies. Because
Mhm.
this is stylistically very similar, like the pacing.
Yeah,
So if you think those movies are scary, it's kind of a very similar
it's a very similar pacing.
pacing. So that's good if you like that. Additionally, if you want to see, like, I think a funny concept, because, again, the concept of, like, a fake ghost TV show finding actual ghosts.
I mean, it's in itself lunacy.
It's unique, but it's also ironic
Yeah,
It's
very.
good.
in a fun
It's a
way.
fun concept.
That's about it, though.
Yeah,
If you're a fan of Ghost Adventures, you should watch this.
Oh, yeah.
definitely,
If you like
100%.
Ghost Adventures,
100%.
You'll love this movie.
You'll be really into this.
You will find this movie very entertaining.
I found it entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Kept the pace up for sure. At the start,
Alright.
it was slow, but
I mean, if you're into any of those, like, 2010 kind of
yeah,
paranormal movies,
Older
it's right
ones.
up there.
Fair enough.
We're going to do ratings now. Do you know how those are done?
I do not.
Okay. We do 1 through 5,
Okay.
5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
Okay.
Probably.
We've not gone
Theoretically,
below
you can
a
go
1.
below a 1.
We
Okay.
have not yet gone to the
But
negatives.
0 would be just not a movie. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm be honest. 2 weeks ago, we almost had not a movie.
no, I mean, it would literally be not a movie. Like, it would
I know
just
what
be
you mean.
nothing.
Yeah.
And you can do halves.
Yeah,
So
so you
could
could
do
do-
like a 3.5. a
okay, so like
4.5.
it's like a star rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And how you want to determine your ratings up to you. I tend to have pretty strict protocols for it. Bob does
Whatever the fuck I want.
however he's feeling at that
I think
time.
I'm gonna kind of go Bob here.
Yeah. So if you want to start, Bob.
No, Austin goes first.
Oh, really?
yeah, he's
yeah.
the
Go ahead.
guest. I'll guest first on ratings.
Okay,
I don't want what I say about the movie to influence his score.
understandable. I'd say
You're a little bitch.
if we were rating it out of 5, I'd say probably like a 3.2.
3.2?
Yeah, 3.2.
You mean 3.5?
Or
Yeah,
3.5. Yeah, 3.5.
Okay. I was like 3.2. Didn't we
Yeah,
just tell him
that's
to
not
do
really a
halves?
thing. Yeah, that's my bad. But yeah, say 3.5 because it's
Okay.
not. It's nothing great. Good for its time. Nothing great now watching it, but going back and watching it, yeah, it's all right.
Okay. It's a little bit better than just in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
Bob.
I'll also give it. I'm not gonna give it 3.5. A 3. A 3 because it's. I've said this many times this episode. It's fine. It's fine if that's what you like. It's not my cup of tea, but I get it. It does some cool stuff that I enjoy. The acting is okay. The writing's okay. The found footage style is a positive for this movie, which is rare in my opinion. Like I find that found footage usually for me at least attracts a movie, but in this case it works. It's a funny concept. The characters are interesting. Yeah, I think it's a solid 3. It's
Yeah.
not horrible, but also I respect it because it's not my cup of tea. You know, I
I'd
can't
agree
really
with
shit
that.
on it for
Yeah,
that.
I'd agree with that.
For me,
Oh, here comes the bombshell.
Yeah,
Every week Ben
it's
comes
not a
in.
bombshell.
this
So,
one's gonna be.
I want to give
Ben's
it
about to smack it with the people's elbow.
like a 2. I
Yep.
really want to give it a 2.
I know you do. You son of a bitch.
Maybe even a little bit lower. Maybe a 1.5.
This man has.
Mostly because I don't think the pacing's very good.
I don't
No,
either.
I'm
no,
not
it's
a fan of
not.
it.
Yeah, no.
I said to Bob, I didn't find this scary. I started to fall asleep.
Yeah, I looked over and Ben was passing out.
Yeah, I
Uh,
kind of noticed that too.
It doesn't help that I've seen it, but it wasn't great.
I didn't
Uh,
really put that against it because I'd already seen it.
Additionally, I really, really don't like how cheesy the CGI looks.
No, it's
Like,
Yeah,
besides
no.
the fact that it looks kind of cheap, some of those effects are super overdone and just
Yeah, they definitely
super
are.
bad.
Yep.
Like the face really was like, eh.
However, like I was telling you, I have kind of strict ideas of how to rate these. Like, I try to be consistent.
he does.
So I'm going to give it a 3.
Got him.
Wow,
Because,
I didn't expect that.
Wait, he's gonna tell you why in a second.
yeah, I am, Bob. Thank you for spoiling the surprise.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to. I was acting surprised. And
Oh,
I'm-
he was surprised, but I'm gonna give it a 3 because I think it did what it set out to do. It was a found footage movie, heavily inspired by like Paranormal Activity and Blair Witch, kind of have a similar pacing. It was low budget, so CGI. That's how you get that done. It was trying to be like a popular paranormal movie, and the style of CGI used in this film was popular at the time. But the concept was pretty unique, and they did a good job of making that funny. So like, while I don't really like this film,
You don't see a whole lot of like movies doing that, like mind trickery now, with like how they got lost because it was the same thing.
yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff in this film. Not great overall, but it did all the things it wanted to do.
Yeah,
my thing is, it did everything I wanted it to do.
That's
And
not
then
true. It
added
didn't do
some-
everything I wanted it to do. However,
For me personally.
oh really?
Yeah. Like
Oh.
it did everything I wanted out of a ghost adventure movie.
See,
Yeah.
it did everything I think it should do. You know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
that's more what I mean. But I think for me at least, it took it over the top a little bit. Because if it had just done the bare minimum, I probably would give it a 2.5. But the fact that they continued to get lost, the ending got me. Like, I like the wraparound from I guess a spoiler here, a minuscule spoiler. The end of the movie, Lance is like gone mad,
Yeah,
essentially.
that's a good way
Yeah.
to put it.
yeah.
And it's a callback to something someone else mentions earlier in the movie, which is cool.
I noticed that. That was really cool.
It
I
was
like
good,
that.
right? It's good writing.
Because whenever they were touring it with the people who own the place,
We don't want to spoil. We're trying to leave out.
that's
as many
true.
spoilers as
Never mind.
possible.
Yeah.
So I'll just say
Leave it-
that.
Leave it for
I'll
the
say that
viewer.
much. So for me, at least, the writing lended itself to making a better movie than I think was possible.
Yeah.
In that case, because
Oh.
there's small detail stuff that I enjoyed.
I think it did everything it should, but not anything more than that. But all right, well,
fair enough.
anything
Benjamin.
else to add? Anyone?
Acting was all right.
It's okay.
Acting was fine. Yeah. I thought the guy who plays Lance did a really good job.
I
Yeah,
did too.
definitely.
Everyone else was just kind of,
TC was good.
I guess.
Matt was Sarah or is that her name? Sarah?
Sasha.
Sasha.
She was She was kinda
Houston
like
was
the,
a top dog.
I thought
Houston
everyone
was a
just
top
kinda
dog.
Okay, but I thought Lance did the best. But that's just because he got the most lines.
Yeah.
He was also just on screen the
and
most.
he was also the most like developed as a character.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys after the outtakes.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the outtake section for this episode of Beware the Board. I hope you're enjoying our review of Grave Encounter so far. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. It's just not my style, but we picked it for Austin, so it's what he likes. Without further ado, let's get into our first outtake. Our first outtake from this movie is me reacting to meeting Houston again for the first time. Oh my god, I fucking forgot about this guy. Jesus Christ. This next clip is Ben giving the cast of Grave Encounters exactly what they asked for.
Is there someone here with us? Please make a noise.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
This next clip is our reaction to seeing a full-on ghost for the first time in the movie.
Oh no.
Oh my lord. Holy shit. What a spooky lady. This next clip is our reaction to the death of our poor boy Houston. Oh my lord.
Gosh.
Rest in peace. He's getting fucking Vader choked in the hallway. Oh my lord. Houston!
Houston, no.
No! Oh,
No.
Okay, he's fine.
Oh, he's
Look
fine.
at that, he made it.
Maybe he's one with the Force. They're testing him.
Houston's fucking going through his Jedi training.
Oh,
Jesus
no.
Christ!
No plan.
He just got fucking force lightninged.
Houston's not one with the Force.
No, bro. Not enough midichlorians. This next clip is proof that you should never take anything at its face value.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Okay, that was cool.
It's pretty cool.
That was really cool.
I don't hate it.
I like how much you were making fun of it right beforehand.
Who, me or Bob?
You.
I wasn't making fun of it.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Hi, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the outtakes. I think some of them were pretty funny. I enjoy having other people on for outtakes because it means it's not just me screaming. I got a couple of good oh shits from Austin.
Yeah. There was
So
a
that's
couple
pretty
on there.
solid. I enjoy those more. Because Ben doesn't scream or react in any way ever to anything because he's a crazy person. Do we have any announcements, Ben?
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
No
Spotify,
announcements.
Apple Podcasts, stuff like
All
that.
platforms now, huh?
Can also
Yes,
check us
That's
out.
awesome.
It's fucking crazy. It
That
cost
is
me a lot of
crazy.
money, bro.
Yeah, it did.
It cost me like $150.
But it's super handy. Super handy.
Oh yeah,
It is. It's nice. It's real nice.
Also check us out on YouTube if for whatever reason you like watching stuff there.
Yeah, if you want to watch our
We're
content
still
on YouTube,
posting our videos there.
I've listened to y'all's content there.
thank
Yeah,
you.
that's where it's
Thank you.
been. So
That's where it's been. Austin saw. We're working on making the video more interactive.
It's
A
gonna
little
be
bit.
awesome.
It's cool. It's not done yet. We're in the midst of that. So watch out for that on video soon. There'll be I don't really want to spoil what it is, but it'll look cool and not just be a stagnant background. Let's put it that way.
yeah, and give us good ratings. That's how we get renewed for a new season.
Yeah, not like that's how we get renewed. If we actually
Yeah.
there's no oversight here, Benjamin, besides us.
Next time on Beware the Board.
Jesus Christ. Check us out on Twitter at Beware the Board. It's where I post updates for the show. Every Monday, I post a spoiler post for Friday's episode so that you can click on it and reveal the image and watch Friday's movie before we watch it so that, you don't get anything spoiled when we get to the episode. I also post a link every Friday to the episode that when it goes live, I post an Apple Podcast link, a Spotify link, and a YouTube link, whichever way you want to watch it. I also post all other updates about the show. So if you ever want to know anything about the show, it's on our Twitter, all of it. I've replaced all of our links with our link tree so you can access all of our content in any of the platforms from that place. All right. Austin, you got anything you want to plug?
I have a YouTube channel. It's Austin Robinson on YouTube. It's got a little dorky photo of a blonde boy. That's me on there. Check that out.
All
But-
right. I think that wraps us up. So I guess we'll see you next time, everybody.